Hi again, this is Dr. Tim Fargo. In our previous video we talked about a concept called subluxation, which, to repeat, is a misalignment or a loss of normal movement of spinal bones. Now I want to talk about some of the causes of subluxation, specifically some of the physical causes. Back in the early days, the founding fathers of chiropractic said that there were three primary causes of subluxation. They said there was trauma, there were toxins, and then there was a thing called autosuggestion, which translates really into physical, chemical, and mental causes of subluxation. What I will tell you is that the nervous system, which I previously described, is the system which has to basically perceive everything that you're experiencing and then cause your body to make the appropriate response to it. The nervous system is like a 5-gallon bucket. It only holds so much. It has a finite capacity to handle the stresses of life. Those stresses fall into three categories. They are, as I mentioned, mental, chemical, and physical. When the total amount of those stresses exceed the capacity of that nervous system to handle it and adapt to it, you develop subluxations, and ultimately you develop symptoms, and long-term you develop disease processes. On the physical side, it's very easy to understand if we talk about trauma. People have falls, they have accidents. Also, by the way, people when they're born, and all of us have been, go through a very stressful process. There are many children, infants, who are injured during the birth process simply because of the normal stresses and strains on a poorly developed spine and surrounding musculature. Those things, I think, are fairly obvious. You can see that if you're playing hockey and you're checked into the boards, or you have a whiplash injury, that you might develop a subluxation. What people fail to recognize, though, is that a lot of the activities that many of us are involved in, particularly as people who sit at desks and in front of computers all day long, these things also can create subluxations. So it's not only when excessive motion, when impact comes into the body, but it's also a lack of movement will over time cause the body to become subluxated because of muscular imbalances and simply the amount of stress that gravity is putting on the body when it's put in a position where it can no longer move. So one of the basic principles here is there's an optimal amount of movement that's required of the body. When that movement is too great, as might occur with a whiplash injury, the body can become subluxated, or the spine can become subluxated. When the movement is deficient, as in you sit all day long in front of a desk with poor posture, you can also become subluxated. These are some of the physical causes. There are, I'm sure, many more, and I know that you can think of them yourselves. Thank you very much.